Greetings one and all, this is vk3sl and welcome to our late night test program. And doing a short program tonight. It seems to be the sort of way of things these days. It's don't quite have the same stamina, but we'll make something happen. And I've got some weird and wonderful tracks to feature tonight. So we've got some unusual material. It's more akin to the sort of stuff we played when I first started doing these missions. So some interesting electronic music. So we'll feature that a bit later on. How are you, Frank?
Good. I'm very well, thank you, Steve. I had a quiet night with David. He's come over.
Oh, nice.
And stay with us. So that's
good.
very nice.
Excellent. Well, that's good to hear. Yeah.
Any more news of Celia?
Oh, she's sort of picking up a little bit, which is good. I think, she's had a few hours now where she's sort of more of an even keel. So I'm hopeful that this is the way forward.
Indeed. Yeah. Very much so.
Yeah, so it's been a bit of a drama this week.
Well, imagine.
Yeah.
Worse than sick child. Anyway.
Oh, God, yes, absolutely. No, it's sort of surreal, to be honest. But, did you get to hear the Art Tatum? Or did you get
just wonderful.
Yeah, it's so good.
He almost doesn't realise how good he is.
I know, he doesn't. He's just sort of got this, oh, really, me?
That's all about it, that's right.
No, you get that sense, and you can tell that Willis Conovis just idolises him.
Yeah, I know. He was trying to sort of coax him into say, how do you do it, and all that sort of stuff, and he sort of say, well, I just do it. You know?
Yeah, it's just it just happens so naturally.
Nothing unusual, really.
Yeah, quite extraordinary. I listened to the whole lot again, and I was just riveted.
Just the same.
Yeah. So that was fun. All right then, Frank. Well, tonight what I thought I'd do is play a couple of these recent arrivals, and then I was going to feature some of the electronic music from the 60s, a little bit of Delia Derbyshire and some Barry Belmarge. I'll play one of
I love that.
It's marvellous. I mean, we used to play them all the time. In fact, I made a feature of playing there's a series of sort of sonic poetry. You might remember them. I can't remember what they're called, but anyhow, we'll get to it. I'll look it up.
I will when I hear them, I think.
Yes, it's like a voiceover with...
yes, she recites.
Yes, she recites, and they did a couple of projects together, and I'll play a snippet from both of them, and also some American stuff as well, which is also very weird and wonderful. So we'll have that as a bit of a feature later on. So to kick off today, we'll start with a recording of the Regiment March, I think it's called. It's one of those new arrivals, and it's Passing Regiment March with the Grand Prix Orchestra. So this one goes way back to probably around the First World War, that era, thereabouts. They're transcriptions from Pathé discs, as I understand it, these Grand Prix. So they come from I think a European master, but anyhow, it's good fun, and it's a nice little sort of tart us back to the... there we go. I think we're in gear. Okay, we got there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting artifacts on that record. Listening in here in the booth on the big speakers, you can hear a lot of rumble, and the rumble is from the transfer process from a cylinder to the disc.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so these were mechanically transferred, pantographically transferred, I think is the term.
Yeah.
So, yes, one stylus would be playing the cylinder and it'd go down a rod and they would apply it to the other stylus. Very primitive approach, but that's how they dubbed off Pathé records back in the day. So interesting. You can hear the rumble and the cylinder.
Imagine so.
Yeah, so it's quite fascinating. Yeah, anyhow, a brass band recording from way back. Now, the other thing I found on the shelf just before, and I'm keen to hear it again, it's a beautiful performance. It's a work called Lotus Land, and it's played by Fritz Kreiser. And I think this is a Kreiser electrical. I'm pretty sure it is. So this will be one of the recordings he made in about 1930. So he's getting on a bit here, but it's just a gorgeous performance.
But did Chrysler write this?
Yes, he arranged it. I think it's an American folk song, I think. And yeah, have a listen, see what you think. Oh my goodness, what a beguiling performance from Fritz Kreisler there. And
It's very nice, wasn't it?
wasn't it so
Quite
beautiful?
exotic.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think it's a folk song, though.
Yeah, it's the music of Cyril Scott and written in 1905.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness me, what a beautiful work.
It was.
Yeah.
I was quite taken aback with it.
Yeah, and I'd forgotten how beautiful it was. It's fabulous stuff. Oh, I'm going to put that in a special place because I'd like I'd like to play it again. And yeah, it's one of the late recordings that Chrysler made. When I pulled that one off the shelf, another record came out with it, yearning to be played. This one is a recording of Master Yehudi Menuhin, it says on the label.
Underage.
Yeah, I think he was only about 12 when he made this.
There you go.
So it's in the 20s.
Prodigy.
And yeah, with Louis Pessinger, who's the conducting the piano accompaniment played by Louis. Louis Pessinger was his teacher at that time before he went to Enescu. Yeah, look, it's a recording of the Mozart concerto, just the middle movement, the Adagio from the G major concerto. Now, I'd love to hear this. He's just a kid here, and it's an early recording of Menuhin, so quite special. We'll have it now on the platter. These records have got a bit of a, they must have been stored badly because they've got a bump in them, so I think it's okay though. I'm sorry, I'm going to just try this on the other turntable. We're not having much success with this.
No.
Bear with me. It's got a warp in it. I reckon there's been a problem storing it. We'll try it on this one. Let's see if this works better. Yeah, it has got some damage. We'll try it.
Sounds like it has.
Yeah, yes. We'll try again.
That's better.
Yeah, it's good. then we have a very young Yehudi Menuhin.
Oh, yeah, that was lovely too.
Beautiful.
Beautiful singing tone.
Yes, absolutely. And just a fragility. It's got that fragile, something innocent about the performance. It's not trying to be anything. It's very felt. I really love it. I think it's just wonderful to hear playing like that. It's something quite special. Usually there's a certain intensity about the way most people play that piece, which I don't always find agreeable.
No.
And that had just a pureness and a simplicity, which I thought was just marvellous. Yeah. Now, Liv's come in with us, and but I think she's come in as a listening capacity, and I think we'll just follow on now with our electronic rabbit hole.
Good.
And so this is really is a gear shift because we're sort of moving in a completely different direction.
Sure.
But what we'll do is I'll start off with some of the music of Ruth White. Now, Ruth White was an American composer known for her electronic music work, and she was born in 1925 and she died in 2013. And it says most of her career she was dedicated to educational recordings, but she's best known for being an electronic music pioneer, owing her early explorations of sound using the Moog synthesizer. And she's the back cover of her 1971 release Short Circuit states that Ruth White is considered amongst today's most gifted arbiters of what is termed the new music.
Yes.
And her first album, I think, was called Seven Trumps from the Tarot Cards and Pinions.
Yep.
That came out in 1968. And we're going to play a couple of selections from her next album, which is called Flowers of Evil. And she made another one, Short Circuits, in 1970.
That's an alarming title for somebody into electronics.
It certainly is. It's so true. Yeah, but she received 3 degrees in music and composition, and she played the piano and violin, cello, harp, clarinet, and horn. Goodness me, what a versatile performer.
Yeah.
And recognised as being very gifted. And as a composer, there's a lot of information here. People can look her up, Ruth White. But as I said, she spent most of her life working in education. But she wrote this album called The Flowers of Evil, which features poetry. Now, I wish I could find some more information about it. It's pretty dark stuff, actually.
Yeah.
And I think she's reading it here. And but the way the words accompany the poetry is very, very entrancing. It's quite incredible. So I thought we'd start with a little bit of her music, and then we might follow on to some Deirdre afterwards. So we'll hear this. It's called The Clock, and that's from the album Flowers of Evil, the music of Ruth White.
Present says, I'm already your past, and I have dreamed your life with my loathsome suckers. Remember, souviens-toi, oh prodigal, esto mémoire. My metal throat can speak all languages. The minutes so foolish mortal are like ore from which the precious metal must be wrung. Do not forget. Time is a greedy gambler who wins at every turn of the wheel without cheating. Such is the law. The day declines, the night deepens. The thirst of the abyss knows no end. The hourglass drains. The hour will soon strike when divine chance, or austere virtue, your still virgin spouse, or even repentance, your last refuge. In fact, all three will tell you, die, old coward, it's too late.
The poetry of Charles Baudelaire, and a work called The Clock, realised by Ruth White. It's who always uses the accompaniments quite striking, I think. And,
I think so.
Yeah,
It's very powerful.
yes, it is. I'll play just one more from that album because there's not a lot of that type of realisation poetry set to music, and I thought it might be a good segue for the work that Delia did earlier.
Yes.
But I'll play this one more. This is called The Irremediable, and again, it's another poem by Charles Baudelaire, and he's a French poet and an essayist. And what can I tell you about him? He was born in 1821, lived to 1867. French poet, essayist, and translator.
Has this been translated?
Yes. And his poems are described as exhibiting mastery of rhythm and rhyme, containing an exoticism inherited from the Romantics, based on observation of real life.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll have a listen to The Irremediable now from the same album by Ruth White.
Exchange when the heart becomes its own mirror, a clear black well torch unfortunate man, groping futilely, seeking the light and the key to escape from a hole full of reptiles. A damned man descending endless banisterless stairs, going lampless down the brink of a pit whose stench betrays its watery depths, where slimy monsters glare with great phosphorescent eyes that deepen the darkness of the night and make nothing but themselves visible. A ship held in a crystal trap, ice-bound at the pole, seeking the fatal passage by which it reached that prison. All these are clear emblems, perfect pictures of an unchangeable fate. They make us think that whatever he does, the devil does well.
Okay, there was a poem called The Irremediable, and it's from a poetry cycle, The Flowers of Evil, set to music by Ruth White back in the 1960s. So, yeah, it's really effective. I mean, I'd have to listen to that many times over to make any deeper connection with it, but there's something about that. There's obviously a concept of using those the build up of sound and cadence, and the rhythm of the poem is met marvelously by the sound world she creates.
I think I need to hear it a few times.
Yeah, likewise. Yeah, I think so too.
Because it's a bit hard to pick it up with the delay and reverb.
Exactly, and the distortion. I mean,
and the distortion, indeed.
Yeah. But
it's all deliberate, I'm sure.
Oh, look, it is most definitely. Yeah,
to an effect.
But
very interesting.
It is interesting. I thought it's about the only other thing I can find that's of that kind from that era. And but I'll follow on now with the this is like a sound collage with Delia Derbyshire and Barry Belmarge, made in the early 60s, 64. It's a 5-piece suite. It's called The Dreams, and it's got the movements are running, falling, land, sea, and colour. And it's quite abstract, but she does. You don't have to listen to the complexity of the poem. It's just sort of little thought bubbles to do with the topic, and which are masterfully set by Delia. And she, of course, reads some of them, and as does Barry Belmarge. So it's a fabulous collaboration, and it's unique to the time. I don't think there was anything like it. And I was reading about it earlier. Apparently, the BBC had the tape set aside to erase. Oh. So it's only by sheer chance that it survives. So we're very fortunate to have it. And it was probably written about the same time that she wrote the Doctor Who theme. I think she wrote the Doctor Who theme a couple of years earlier. But she was very prolific in the 60s, but she became very disillusioned in the sort of misogynist culture and the whole scene at the BBC, and she didn't feel supported by it, and she threw in the towel and ran a bookshop in her later years. So it's all a bit tragic, really.
Yeah.
But she was so gifted and a wonderful personality and dynamic. But look, we'll hear this now. It's very compelling, and it's quite sort of bleak as well.
Yeah.
But we'll listen to Falling from The Dreams by Delia Derbyshire and Barry Belmarge, recorded at the BBC Radiophonic Workshop in 1964.
Suddenly I'm falling. I'm falling upright.
I was falling and twisting.
I'm falling upright.
Slow twist, head over feet, stretching out, increasing in speed. Mouth open wide, but no sound.
It's in space. A complete feeling of space and nothingness. nothingness.
Started off by floating, held up by my garments which had already held me back. Somehow I started to accelerate, gather speed, and I accelerated more and more and more. My head was down. I was speeding downwards into some great pit, accelerating all the time and increasing in speed, tumbling and falling, no more floating at all, just tumbling and falling and accelerating all the time, faster and faster. I felt as if I was falling forever.
Not quickly, but I am definitely going down, 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 and I know that nothing can stop me. I try sometimes to think in myself, oh, this is lovely, you should be enjoying this, but I'm so panic-stricken. I know this is the end and I've finished. I'm just sinking into this great black void. I see no clouds at all. I was falling through this water. It was all around me, this water. I didn't like it. I was falling, I got my legs in the air and my hands out. It was all around me, this water. I didn't like it. I got my legs in the air and my hands out and my arms outstretched, and suddenly all this water became full of other people and other things all falling, full of other people and other things all falling, and chairs and tables and things like this. And all these people were all floating downwards through this water, all going downwards the same as I was. People like me with their arms outstretched and their legs, all going downwards the same as I was, and chairs and tables and things like this. And all these people were all floating downwards through this water. People like me with their arms outstretched and their legs. And I put my arms out and tried to catch hold of them. And I tried to catch hold of them.
All I can remember is falling into the water. It was very dark and very deep.
All floating downwards through this water, all going downwards the same as I was.
Accelerating all the time, faster and faster, accelerating all the time and increasing in speed. I was speeding downwards.
Sinking into this great black void.
Reeling down into a sort of chasm. Reeling down into a sort of great big hole. It was a long way down. It was a long way down. And I felt myself falling. It was a long way down. I couldn't do anything about it. Fell off the edge of the mountain. It was very dark. It seemed to go down and down and down. It seemed to go down and down and down. It was a long way down. I couldn't do anything about it. It was very dark and very deep. It was very dark and very deep. It seemed to go down and down and down. It seemed to go down and down and down.
I'm falling upright. And I've finished. I'm just sinking into this great black void. I see no clouds at all. It's in space. The complete feeling of space and nothingness. Everything is black and I fall and fall and fall. And I know that if I don't pull myself up, if I don't forcibly stop myself, I'll die if I reach the bottom. So I make a tremendous effort to stop myself. I must stop myself doing this. I jump in the air, and there's a great big jump. And then I've stopped dying. A complete feeling of space and nothingness. I see no clouds at all.
Heard a sonic pastiche from Delia Derbyshire and Barry Belmage, recorded in 1964. It's like the realisation of my worst nightmare, really, falling into the abyss. Incredibly powerful.
It takes you with it, doesn't it?
It really does. Yeah, it's extraordinary. Yeah, and we used to. Do you remember I used to play this quite a bit? I played the whole sequence quite a few times on the program early days.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
Pre-COVID even.
Yes, indeed, that's right. And I find it quite entrancing. They did one other collaboration about religion, and I thought I'd play the this one. I'd like to play this one because it sort of is more of my, I suppose, being an atheist, I find this one a little bit more true to my own spirit.
Yes.
It's called I'd Like to Believe in God, but ...
Yes.
is the next one.
I know the feeling.
Yes, indeed. So we'll play that. This one goes a little bit longer, but it's another collaboration, another fascinating conception from Delia and Barry.
I'd like to believe in God, but I'm afraid I can't. I find that the whole conception of a divine being is really an easy way out for most people. Avoidance of personal responsibility, passing of all decisions to somebody else. There's so many things within the idea of religion which are contradictory. And the basic morality of religion seems to leave much to be desired.
Although I could bring myself to believe it intellectually, I somehow can't feel it emotionally.
I can't see that it helps anyone.
I think it's all superstition.
I feel that I cannot look to any sublime being for guidance in my own life.
I cannot believe that there is someone up there who has any kind of personal contact with me as a human being.
As a good and honest atheist, I think the whole thing's nonsense. I can't imagine any reasonable way of thinking it possible, provable, or even reasonable. I think the whole thing's nonsense.
A superstition.
Unacceptable.
It's a bit ridiculous.
Who's interested?
Why is it wrong to question?
It's like talking on a phone when it's, there's no one at the other end of it to me.
Who listens to them?
It doesn't do anything for me.
Who's interested?
It doesn't solve anything, and it doesn't even make me feel any better.
If there is a creator, someone who started the universe off, I'm sure he's not interested in people like us.
I can't pray to someone because for me there isn't anyone there.
God is a superstition.
A social ritual for weak people who can't think for themselves.
The idea of there being some sort of great grandpappy up there looking down and looking after me seems, to say the least of it, a bit ridiculous.
Can't believe in such a person.
The contradictions are too great.
The whole thing is. It's irrelevant to anything I could imagine.
I can't accept the idea of a supreme being who takes any interest in anyone on earth.
I feel that we're living in this world and it's the world that's going to help us.
I don't think I feel any of the religious attitudes supposed at all. I don't really feel any life force flowing through everything, animating it and me, and making the universe meaningful.
And I don't believe that you can pray and your prayers will be answered and your sins forgiven and so on.
I don't believe God created the world at all. I think it's just a burnt-out planet, like all the rest.
I don't believe in the Christian concept of a God. To me, this is quite unacceptable.
A social ritual.
Avoidance of personal responsibility.
I think the whole thing's nonsense.
And yet, in a way, I envy the person who can pass this responsibility to an almighty being, because then they're not ultimately responsible for their own mistakes, their own human elements of greed or desire or envy, or any of the other things we all contend with in our daily life.
It's in the world and in worldly terms that one has to sort out one's life.
It's impossible to pray to life or expect it to answer you.
It doesn't solve anything, and it doesn't even make me feel any better.
Life is something which you are living all the time. Something which you are living all the time.
I would very much like to have a faith, to have the comfort of a religion, but I'm afraid I can't. The contradictions within religion are too great for me to accept. There's so many things within the idea of religion which are contradictory.
I wish you could believe in God.
I can see no good reason why I should.
You're missing the thing that makes life most worth living.
I believe you must believe.
I see no good reason why I should.
Because God is within you and is created, actually, by yourself, to a certain extent.
Because it's a much more comforting state to be in.
Because even people who deny him when they're in trouble or when they're facing death even, call on him.
Because he is someone that you can tell all your troubles to.
Believing in God is the natural thing to do. He certainly will help you if you pray earnestly.
God is the ultimate truth in life.
God is life eternal.
God is goodness.
God is life.
God is love.
God is love.
God is all good. Everything good is God.
You get double happiness from belonging to him.
And the person that can really say that I believe in God and have that faith is a very happy person.
Blessedness is the highest thing a man can attain to.
And the sooner you realize what you're missing, the better for you.
Can't believe in such a person.
It doesn't do anything for me.
I can't see that it helps anyone.
I think it's all superstition.
It doesn't solve anything, and it doesn't even make me feel any better.
The whole thing is, it's irrelevant to anything I could imagine.
I'd like to believe in God.
I think that you really must believe in something, but you're not aware of it. And I think that if you were completely unbelieving, you'd be very sterile.
You'd be missing an extra dimension.
You're separating yourself from life.
Your life would be flat.
You're not feeling part of it.
It would be lacking in depth.
Your contact with life would be dimensionless.
You have no purpose in life. I think
you're missing an awful lot.
You wouldn't be missing anything because you wouldn't be aware of the possibility.
Do you want to be in the kingdom of God? Or do you want to be left out amongst all the, as the Bible speaks of, dogs and sorcerers and warmongers and liars?
You're losing a tremendous lot.
A tremendous lot of help in this life to help you to live and to live for others. You'd lose such a lot of graces that you could have.
How can you expect to make a success of your life if you deny or have nothing to do with God?
I can't understand anybody not believing in God.
One has to believe in God. If you don't believe in God, you really don't know what you are missing.
I'm afraid I can't.
Sometime or other, it must come back to you. It must come back to you. Believing in God is the natural thing to do.
Because God is within you.
He's inside everyone for everyone to find.
He's in yourself.
It's something inside you.
Something which makes flowers grow and coordinates the heavens and keeps everything together and keeps everything going.
It must come back to you in a certain time, at some time in your life. It must come back to you that there is a God.
there must be a God.
There is a God.
To to me, this is quite unacceptable. All the rituals and ceremonies that we go through, all this seems to me to be just for the comfort of man himself. I can understand that you can get some kind of comfort from it, and even that maybe your prayers will be answered. But for me, this is meaningless.
It seems that we're looking upon this figure purely because we have lack of responsibility in our own aims and deeds and acts, and this seems to me impossible. It is one's own responsibility as to how one acts, the thought of the right things to do and the wrong things to do, without fear of being condemned to hell or even being rewarded by going to heaven. To me, the actions and work of every day, the beauty of life itself, nature, trees, animals, is in a sense God, because that is the spirit of life. And yet that incorporates in itself the bad things, the sickness, the worms, the fungi, the mole on the trees. It's all part of life, and we accept life as it is, and live it as it is, without any ultimate being forced upon us.
If you don't believe in God, then you don't know the comfort of prayer.
A person without religion must be aimless and drifting.
They miss such a lot, I think.
They must miss everything in life.
We might as well be dead.
They are just miserable sinners, and they cannot be happy.
You might as well be dead.
One segment from a work called Amour Day, an invention for radio by Barry Belmarsh and Delia Derbyshire. Yeah, very
good to hear it again.
Yeah, it's really good to hear it. And the original work actually goes for nearly an hour. It's just one small section of it, but it's very powerful. I mean, I think that there's a remarkable synergy between her soundtrack and the words.
Soundtrack is very good support, isn't it?
It is. It's remarkable. Yeah. So I thought I'd just feature those again. Just just a taste of it, really, because both works are extensive, and we just heard a chapter from each. So I thought it'd be sort of fitting to finish up with today another work by Delia. This one's called Celestial Cantabile. It's just electronic work.
Right.
I don't know when she wrote this, but I will ride with us today. We'll finish up shortly,
sure.
and this will be our final. And back again tomorrow at 5 for our usual thing.
Very good. Okay.
Yeah, look forward to it. So thank you, Frank. Thank you for sharing in that. And Liv's with us here, and she's listening to it as well. And and we thank the listener for your indulgence, hearing something just a little bit unusual. And I'd like to find more of that type of thing. I'll be most interested to find other settings of prose or of reading with accompaniment.
What's the name of the other British lady who did a lot of work that you've played?
Daphne Oram.
That's the one. That's the one. I knew it was Daphne something.
Yes. Daphne Oram's music's really interesting. I should play a little bit. Daphne Oram. They're just electronic pieces standalone.
Yeah.
But let me see. See if we can find something of hers. A lot of it's sort of just sort of sound patterns and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Let's see what we can find of hers. Here's one called Episode Metallic. And this will be interesting. Much earlier. These are all recorded in the 50s, I think.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so she's a genuine pioneer. She was sort of out there as one of the only people working in that medium, or of a very small group anyhow, working with electronic media at that time. We'll hear this. I've got it lined up. It's Episode Metallic, the music of Daphne Oram.
Very good.
So a work called Episode Metallic by Daphne Oram.
About 1 million miles from Stockhausen.
Yeah. She's a remarkable woman. I can't believe what I'm reading here. I know we've been over it before, but she was born in 1925, and just looking at her career, in 1942, Oram was offered a place at the Royal College of Music, but instead took a position as the junior studio engineer and music balancer at the BBC.
Yeah.
One of her job responsibilities was shadowing live concerts with a pre-recorded version so the broadcast would go on if interrupted by enemy action.
Oh.
Other job duties included creating sound effects for radio shows and mixing broadcast levels. During this period, she became aware of the developments in electronic sound and began experimenting with tape recorders, often staying after hours to work late into the night. And she recorded sounds on tape and then cut, spliced and looped, slowed them down, sped up and played them backwards. Yeah, and she started composing music in the 40s, and she's considered to be the first woman to ever explore this type of thing.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, it goes on and on and on. It's so interesting. Her first work was entitled Still Point. It's an electroacoustic work called Still Point, written in the late 40s. I'll play a bit of it. I'd like to hear some of it. Still Point. I've got it here. We'll hear just a little of this. It goes for 40 minutes, and then I'll play just a 5-minute segment of it just to get the flavour.
Yes, that would be great.
The most interesting.
Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Let's have a listen. Still Point by Daphne Oram. What I'll do is I'll have this on in the background for a bit. There's a very interesting description of this piece here. It says, while working as a radio program engineer at the BBC, Daphne Oram began composing a new and highly innovative piece for double orchestra entitled Still Point. Oram was only 23 years old when she wrote this, and the piece reflects her earlier experiences working under the glass dome at the Royal Albert Hall. Still Point is thought to be the earliest example of composition specifying real-time electronic transformation of instrumental sounds, and in retrospect can be seen as decades ahead of its time, with its explorations of space and acoustic architecture. In the work, the double orchestra is acoustically treated, creating one dry orchestra using acoustic baffles and one wet orchestra, which are then manipulated live in performance through turntables, amplification and echo effects. Still Point was to be the last piece that Oram wrote for orchestra before she co-founded the BBC Radiophonic Workshop in 1958, laying the roots for the new fields of British and international electronic music that were to come. going to fade it here because it just evolves and lots of phasing effects. And I think it's true the hearing this live would be something else.
Yes, indeed.
Especially with all that phasing effects with double orchestra. I'll see if I can just kick in the last section of it because it goes for an hour.
Sure.
And see, this is the last bit. Was the last moment of Still Point by Daphne Oram, written in 1949. And I think it was a realisation or a re-edit from 2016. There are live elements, so I think it's sort of combining different historic recordings with the live component as well.
Yeah.
But what a monumental conception, and to think that that would have been just imagined out of nothing. I mean, what a
trailblazer.
Absolutely. Quite remarkable. Yeah, I'd like to find out much more. She pioneered the Oramix machine, which was painting on, I think it was a motion picture film. She worked out a way of creating sine waves and different reference points on visually, and then playing it back through a machine as a way to create those envelopes and different sound characteristics. So there was sort of a analog. Well, it's all analog, but she was actually annotated it that way.
Yeah.
That's from what I understand. But look,
a lot less painstaking than little bits of tape joining.
Yeah, definitely. I think she was looking for a way forward. I mean, it's, as you say, it's completely trailblazing. There's nothing like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's a sample, and we
That
should.
was terrific.
Yeah, we should play a lot more of this. We used to play it. I remember we did a whole series on female composers, and from this area, and it seemed to be quite a British phenomenon. There was a number of other artists too who were working at the BBC in that.
Well, that the BBC workshop. Wasn't it?
Yes, at the Radiophonic Workshop.
It was terrific to have.
Yeah, it's and
she was involved in that, I think.
yes, well, she founded it.
Yeah,
she was a very early figure. Okay, well, look, we'll wind up with the most famous composer from the BBC Radiophonic Workshop, of course, was Delia Derbyshire. We played those works before, but we'll just hear one of hers to finish up the program today. Just a sonic work, and it's called Celestial Cantabile. So it goes for just about 3 minutes, and that'll be our final.
Okay.
So thank you, Frank.
Thank you, of course.
And it was
thank you to the listeners, and I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I hope so. And just a bit of a sonic journey this evening, something completely different. And here and there, we'll have to feature more of this sort of thing, just to jolt us into a different reality, perhaps.
Indeed.
Yeah. All right, then. Thanks so much, Frank. We'll catch you next time. Tomorrow afternoon should be fine.
Going here and saying, listen for tomorrow.
Yes, and we look forward to your company then, Frank, and listeners abound. Thank you again. Cheers
All
for
the
that.
best, Steve.
Yeah, I'm vk3sl.
vk3jr.